moment. She is the sage goddess. I like to call her that because, she's been in the business for quite some time. I'm not going to share her story just yet. I'll be introducing her in just a couple minutes. But she will be bringing us all the good information that so many of us enjoy learning about some of these gemstones, the healing properties, the physical properties of certain gemstones are things that a lot of us enjoy learning over the years. And so if nobody else, there is nobody else better than Athena to join us and kind of share that information. Just to kind of give you a heads up, I want to remind you during the live, we have a 48-hour discount code. Okay. Live 25 is what you're going to be taking advantage of. And let me share this with you. Listen to this breakdown. I'm going to start with shungite. We're going to be featuring a shungite sphere. We also have pyrite trees that are super cute. I'm going to bring one in here so you have a chance to see it. If you know anybody who loves gemstones, okay, anybody who loves the some of the free form pieces that they can put around their house to bring good mojo, good vibes, all that good stuff, I need you to share the page right now. Share it out to everybody on Facebook, Instagram. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Okay, so listen to this. We're going to have labradorite. We're going to have rose quartz. We're going to feature jasper gemstones. It's actually a jasper mushroom, which I love. I love the color. We're going to feature ammonite. So a pair of ammonite shells. Those are ancient. They come from when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. So we're going to share a little information on that. We're going to be featuring, oh my gosh, look at this. I'm going to bring this in real quick so you have a chance to see this. I have a good friend of mine who we've been friends since day one. We helped Shop LC launch the network, Dion Ross, who has a geode in her house that is twice the size of this. If you love pieces like this, actually, we're going to be featuring these geodes in a small, a medium, a large, and an extra large. And guess what? You're going to have the chance to apply that coupon code that I mentioned. So you're going to want to stick with us. And look how cute this is. This actually has a base. So all you're going to do is put it, on a bookcase, in your entryway. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do with this style. So I'm going to put this to the side. And one more sneak peek because I want you guys to stay tuned as long as possible. Look at this. Look at the iridescence in the labradorite. So these are labradorite pieces we're always able to negotiate. We go to gem shows. We go to trade shows. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, we actually met Athena at one of the shows. I know we've contacted her. I'm going to be introducing her here in just a moment so I can have her share her story, share how she connected with us here at Shop LC. And then also we're going to be going through each of these beautiful gemstones, these home decor pieces that you can put anywhere in your house. And she's going to share some really good information so that maybe you can connect with one of these pieces. With that said, comment section is open. Coupon code is live. The coupon code you're going to want to write down is live25, live25. Okay. Anytime you want to check out any questions that you have, we have our personal shopper team on standby. We're going to give you that information here in just a moment. Are we ready?
We are ready.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to be introducing Athena. I know she's got her partner with her also, Rachel, her partner in crime. She's going to be assisting with the live. First time. Hey.
I'm so happy to see you. Hi.
I'm excited to see you as well. Welcome to the show. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome in. We are here. I'm here with Jessica, but I'm gonna be in Austin tomorrow. So I'm really excited. This is my last live with you guys from the shop before I actually come and hang out with you in person.
Awesome. Well, real quick, just to make sure the live for the very first time, I think tell us a little bit about how you got involved in gem. I know everybody wants to know a little bit about you and your history. I know a lot of your followers are watching. And so share with us how you got involved.
Yeah. Well, I started like a lot of people do as a kid who just thought they were beautiful. My parents took us on a road trip and we ended up in a little tourist shop and I got amethyst, which was my first stone. I think I was 7 or 8 years old. And then kind of the rest is history. I didn't think I would work with crystals for a living. I was a university professor for 20 years. So my background is in academia and I was an English business and leadership professor for many years. So, but crystals were always my hobby and passion. And then with Sage Goddess, I started to sell them online, and that was 15 years ago. And people love crystals because, and especially right now, we all need a little comfort. We all need a little grounding, and so I'm here to hopefully inspire you to think about purchasing one of the treasures from today's show for your home. And maybe talk to you about where you would put it, why you would want, not all the stones that Jessica and I are going to show you today are for you. You probably need this one, but not that one, because they all do different things. But I'm also a historian, and so I'm going to teach you about some of the history of these beautiful pieces too, which is inspiring. So
we can't wait. Can't wait. Well, let's get the party started. We only have 2 hours. You know how
I
quickly
know
it goes by. So
it
we're going to
does.
show with a beautiful shungite spear. And shungite has been a gemstone that I have recently purchased for my husband. I purchased some shungite, these cute little figurines that we've had in the past. And one of the things that really attracted me to the shungite was the metaphysical properties of this particular stone, if you will. I mean, it's carbon. That's something
That's
that I
right.
found one place. So tell us a little bit about this. This one is the sphere, and it does
Yep.
have Buddha that's engraved. I believe it comes with the base. Let me double check. Yes, it does. So it's ready to rock and roll. Athena, share with
Well,
us about, shungite and what it can, bring in terms of like metaphysical properties, all that good stuff.
oh, shungite. and this is cool, Jessica, because with Shop LC, I have not talked about shungite before today. And so you're my first co-host where I get to get so excited about this stone. This is the one stone in today's show where maybe everybody does need it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because it's for filtering. And if you think about, I'm sure you have a water filter in your home. Maybe it's in your refrigerator or it's in a pitcher or something where because you wouldn't, most of us don't drink our tap water straight from the faucet. We filter it because there are minerals and metals and things in our water, right? Shungite actually started its job as a water filtration material in ancient Rome. The aqueduct systems 2,500 years ago in Rome, so if you're Italian, this is your lineage. If you're Greek, were lined with it because it pulls the impurities out of water. It does the same thing for your spirit. It keeps, I always say, it keeps the good stuff in and the bad stuff out, because sometimes you don't know what's good and what's bad, right? Like, you're not the gatekeeper for everything. So if you just have a piece of that, which, by the way, I love that it's carved with the Buddha, I think that's a whole other level, because the prices that Shop LC is charging for the spheres, you would get just a sphere without the engraving. And that's a whole extra step that takes it to the next level. So shungite, here's what's really cool. It's the oldest of any of the materials that we're going to talk about today. It's 2 billion years old. 2 billion. Yeah, it is solid carbon. And carbon is actually what your body is made of. So here's the other party bonus. The only way to work with carbon in this intensive a form is diamond.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more affordable. But, for me as a crystal healer, I wear diamond and I work with shungite because it is powerful for strengthening and healing the immune system.
Right.
It's
Right.
literally what your immune system is made of. So this is science, right? We have a ton of science behind shungite. Spheres, we love spheres. And I know you know this too, because the shape of the sphere radiates the energy of the stone in every direction. A point just points the energy up, right? A little palm stone does a good job, but a perfectly carved sphere like this is basically making a halo around you in your space of protection and filtration.
I love
So
that.
if you've been feeling overwhelmed, right? And also it's known to block EMF. And the way it does that is it actually helps to regulate the flow of energy and electricity in spaces in between people. So, and it blocks some of the frequencies that we know are harmful from our technology. So again, it's like, if you use technology, you need it. If you don't feel good, you need it. If you are confused or upset or anxious, you need it. If you have a home with children, you need it, because kids bring a lot of energy, and it's nice to have, and they appreciate, by the way, when you have a stone in your space, because they don't know how to ask for help sometimes with energy. Like, how do I filter all of this energy in my field? So anyway, that's my little TED talk on shungite, but I cannot tell you how important this stone is. I have a piece of this in every room of my home. I don't have a sphere this beautiful, so you're going to have to compete with me for one of these, everybody.
Well,
And it's 25% off the price, which is already a great price.
I was just going to say, so the original price on this listed on our website is $79.99 with the 25% coupon code. Your price goes down to $59.99. Don't forget, we have the budget payment option, as you know,
Yeah,
Athena. With the discount, people can make payments on this, no credit check, no interest payments. So
amazing.
$14.99 is literally all you have to put down. And here's what I'm blown away by. Here's what I'm excited about. And I know you being in the business, having your own boutique, having your own business, Sage Goddess, shipping is not cheap. And when you have
Yeah,
heavy pieces like this, I mean, you
it's
would
true.
imagine, right? Packing this up, boxing it, it's going to cost you a small little fortune. It might even cost you close to the price of the piece.
That's
But
right.
because with us on our website, you spend $50 or more, you're going to get free shipping. So you get the base that you can set this beautiful shungite engraved piece on. We're going to go ahead and give you free shipping when you check out on the website, and it's $14.99 with a 30-day money back guarantee. You know, I have to piggyback off of something you said, Athena, because one of the reasons why I purchased this one for my husband and my family in general was
Yeah.
for the EMFs. You know, there's so
Yep.
much technology that's introduced. We don't even realize how we're inundated with, all these EMFs that we don't necessarily know because it's been around for a short amount of time, the effects that it's going to have on us long term. So I love
Right.
the idea of knowing that we can have something that's going to, long term protect us from that.
Yeah, and to your point, like we really don't know, and so it's better to be safe than sorry. It's literally this stone is the most multi-purpose of everything that we will talk about this hour, and stones don't have to be multi-purpose, but it kind of checks all the boxes, right? Again, there's utility for it if you simply are somebody who says I use technology too much, and I don't know if that's part of why I feel overwhelmed, right? I mean, who's to say, right? So, and I don't know about your house, but I have two kids and I have multiple devices myself. I mean, and that's expanding, that's not contracting, right? But one of the main reasons I talk about shungite is from a crystal healing perspective. I've written a couple of books on crystals and energy, and one of the things we talk about with shungite is it's really nice. It sort of walks ahead of you and clears the path.
Like that.
So again, let's say you're coming into your office in the morning, right? It clears the energy before you get there. And a lot of people can't burn a white sage at work, for example. They can't, or at home, right? Somebody doesn't like the smell or they're allergic, they're sensitive to it. This kind of provides you with the protection of a white sage or that kind of clearing, but in a stone form that is beautiful. I mean, who wouldn't love to have that on their desk? And here's the other thing, you guys, that price. So originally I didn't know there was a stand.
Oh,
I was
there's
excited about the price without the stand. So, and the stand is also shungite, which is crazy. Like I thought they were going to give you, when they said stand afterward, I was like, oh, it's probably going to be like a small, no, it is another piece of shungite, which by the way, you could take this sphere, put it in a different location and put a different sphere on that stand. And now you've got shungite in two rooms, which is really cool.
right.
So,
Well,
yeah.
that's the exciting part. Again, what you get for the money here at Shop LC is, I believe, next level. I mean, when you think about the type of weight, when you think about the actual size of the sphere, this one's going to be 8 centimeters. You have the base itself. The base is designed just to kind of show you guys, because sometimes when people say that you get a stand, this stand is not necessarily built as well as we'd like it to be, but it's secure, it's here, right in place,
Mm-hmm.
right in the middle, and I can hold it up and show it to you without even holding onto the sphere, just to kind of show you how
Mm-hmm.
it comes out. But $14.99, $59.99. I want to give a shout out to Melissa, who just sent in a message. She said, I put shungite by my computer,
Mm-hmm.
TVs, electronics. I love Athena's knowledge. She is a great teacher. That's from
Aww.
Melissa. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, that's really, really sweet. It's so nice when our community can join. And yeah, I did. I founded the largest crystal community online about 15 years ago, and we've had a lot of friends and customers. And what's cool is a lot of my clients are also Shop LC fans and customers too. They know the value, right? When I announced I was coming to Shop LC, everybody was like, "Yay, we love Shop LC." But I'm telling you guys. So first of all, they only had like 3 dozen of these. So if you want one, you should get one. I wish I could tell you there were a lot of these. There's not. It is another level in production when there's an engraving on it like this, and also the stand. So, And the stands, it's, again, I would not be able to provide this to you at this price. So I'm here telling you, please get it here while they have it. And think ahead. This is a cool gift, right? The one thing you have to know is I work in this world, but I'm also, like I said, I used to be a professor. I know sometimes people are, they want to have crystals around, but they don't want it to look like a crystal kind of thing. This is for everybody. This is a beautiful piece to have in your space. It just looks like a piece of art. Nobody has to know that it's doing all this double and triple duty of protection, filtration, and grounding, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They'll just feel the difference when they're in your zone, your vibe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Of certain gemstones. So as we kick off the year, Athena, first of all, if you're just now joining us, welcome to the Shop LC live stream. We have Athena here with us. She is our sage goddess. Can we call you that? Is that okay?
You can. Yeah, people do call me that. I that's my company, and I actually have my books here to show you today. So if you want to learn more and read, I've written other books, but these are my crystal books. I would recommend them. But what's cool is there's so much information online. One of the things I'm trying to do with my teaching at Shop LC is kind of condense it all down and make it make sense, right? Like put it in real terms, real talk. What is this going to do for me? Because there's very practical uses for this too. One of the interesting stories about shungite for us, and I'm curious because you've also offered a lot of shungite, Jessica, is we used to have bracelets at Sage Goddess. We don't have them now, but just a fun story. I noticed that there was a trend that we had a lot of customers and clients in law enforcement who were buying those bracelets. And they said they felt that it provided them in the field protection, but because it was just sort of a cool looking black stone, they didn't have to say, well, this is a crystal and it does this. They just wore it and felt better. And so again, it's like, this is the one that crosses all the lines. Men love it, women love it, kids love it. They learn about it on TikTok and they're like, can we get some shungite for our house? So if you bring this one home, everybody's going to be excited because it kind of has something to offer to everybody in your household.
Exactly.
Even your animals, you know what I mean? Animals respond to shungite.
Yeah, I've heard of actually people using shungite, when they're the filtration system with the water, not just the water that we drink, but also our four-legged animals as well, right? Take care of them. But either way, we might come back. We might loop back to the shungite because I know we're kicking off the show with one of the biggest deals we have to offer.
Totally, yeah.
$99. Again, $59.99 with the 25% discount. It is 5-star rated. We can talk on and on about shungite, but I'm going to put it to the side for just a moment, Athena. We're going to move into the shout out to another shopper, Athena, my beautiful teacher is what they say. If you want to include your first name, we'd love to shout you out today because Athena's joining. This is my very first time doing a kind of dual hosting. So I'm really excited just about the knowledge that you're going to provide us with. And as we move, right, in addition to a beautiful shungite piece that you can put anywhere in the house, look at how cute these
so cute
pyrite trees are. We've got some of the unique gemstones available, but also, Athena, the artisans that are involved in building this. We have two different ones. We have one in rose gold, which all of you can see here. And then we also have one in the silver. Yeah, can you guys see that? So with the branches on the tree, they've designed this so that you can move the little branches on the tree and you can kind of position the pyrites where you want them to sit. But this is going to be shot too. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, Athena's going to be sharing some information about pyrite, but let me give you the price real quick. Not going to be, listen to this. They're listed on clearance. So this one is a final sale. We were able to get for discount $15.99, Athena, plus the 25%. So that's going to take you down to $11.99 either way you go. Can you believe that?
No, and I hear, these are money trees, you guys. I mean, I'm sure you've heard the phrase money tree, but this all day long, maybe you're not working on prosperity and abundance in your life. You would be the only person I would know if that's you saying, oh, I'm good. I've got everything I need, right? The rest of us. And so this is, if you say, hey, Athena, just like with the last product, the shungite, if you said, hey, Athena, I'm overwhelmed. I'm super stressed. I feel like my environment is too tense. What do I use? I would say shungite. If you say, hey, Athena, you know what? I don't feel super confident. I used to. I want to get back to that. And also, I feel like I'm not attracting the kind of abundance in my life, whether that's money or health or happiness. Like my flow seems like it's stuck, right? Energy's not flowing freely to me, and I just don't feel like myself.
Right.
A number one stone I would recommend is pyrite. And then the shape of the tree. So this, in my world, we talk about abundance altars because we practice something called feng shui. And in feng shui, there is a corner of your home, the southeast corner, where you put things specifically to attract wealth. This needs to, so all you have to do is, I'm directionally challenged, by the way, Jessica. I'm not super good at that, but you can figure out, I always go, where's the ocean? Okay, the opposite direction is east here. It's different, opposite for you guys, right? But anyway, so it's find east, then find south, and just put this little tree up, maybe with a small candle. That's your abundance altar, and it's all you need to attract energies of wealth and confidence into your life.
Love that. Love that. Now, just to kind of give you a heads up, I don't know if you guys can get perspective from here, but from top to
Yeah.
bottom, these little money trees are going
Mm-hmm.
to be about 9 inches in height. And then
So it's really
each tree has approximately 15 pieces of pyrite. And it's really a challenge. I just want people to understand how much workmanship goes into each one because you have
oh
a
yeah,
base supports the actual, a tree itself and the branches, which have the pyrite, but you also have pyrite in the base here. So each one is going to be hand wrapped.
beautiful. Yeah.
The way they designed this is so that you can come out and bring the branches on the pyrite tree out in different directions and kind of set it up the way that you want, which I love because, I don't know if you've had this, Athena, happen to you. Sometimes when you buy like a faux plant or a faux tree, it's
Yeah.
set up in a way and you can't move it around the way that you want to so that it
Yeah.
sits up, just sits exactly how you want it to. With this tree, you got a different story here. Every single branch, every single piece, all the limbs on the tree are going to come out and you can kind of position them just the way you want. But again, $11.99 for these.
Yeah, that's unheard of. Yeah, it's unheard of, especially because of the workmanship. And you guys are gonna hear me talk about workmanship a lot because I've been in this world for a really long time. I can tell you what goes on behind the scenes to make something like this. Over your head, Jessica, there's an image of it, and it's like kind of perfectly like a Christmas tree, right? Where like all the branches are they've been fluffed and puffed, and they're all perfect. Here's the thing: you guys have two choices, and this is the other thing I wanted to mention with this. So rose gold and silver, those have different energy properties. Rose gold is about creativity, beauty. It connects us to Venus. I love it. I love all metals, by the way. I love gold, I love silver, and I love rose gold, but they just have different energies. Silver is the lunar feminine, and the feminine energy is what attracts energies to us, right? And so what's cool is if you're working with the silver one, that's your lunar feminine attraction metal, and then the pyrite brings the money energy. If you're working with the rose gold, that may be for someone who's trying to attract beauty, attract passion, attract love, because rose gold is aligned with all of that. So it's for me, I think it's about looking at your space. My space lends itself more to the gold, rose gold in the way I've designed my space. But then from a magical perspective, I would be really caught because the silver is that attractive feminine lunar. I love the moon. We just had an eclipse last night. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was extraordinary. We had a clear view in Southern California and it was magnificent. So anyway, the moon is kind of, I have them tattooed on my arms. It's kind of my favorite thing. So when I talk about silver, I get excited because it's associated with the moon.
Well, the beautiful thing too about the silver and the rose, and you correct me if I'm wrong, couldn't you combine the two in one room? Couldn't you bring
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And if you wanted to, so I'm a big fan in design of symmetry. And so a lot of times as a designer, I won't buy one of something. I'll buy two or I'll buy three because it's things tend to look better in pairs. Have you ever had this experience where you buy one of something and you get home and you go, I wish I had a second. You know what I mean? Like the space kind of asks for it. So it could be nice to have both. I mean, they're certainly affordable enough where I think you can feel good about getting both. And so, but yeah, so if you, again, who's this for? This is for somebody who feels like I was confident, but I'm not right now. I don't feel confident about my abilities. I don't feel inspired. this is that person all day long. And this is also that person who says, I want to try to create a more abundant life in 2026. I want to make things easier for my family. I want to work smarter, not harder. I want to attract abundance, so I don't have to, fight for everything or where things seem easier. And stones actually raise a vibration to do that. And I will tell you, we have testimonials of 15 years of people working with stones to attract abundance. And by the way, not just us. I mean, if you start to do research into feng shui, this is 1,000-year-old perspective on how we bring abundance into the home.
Right. Yeah. That's something that resonated with me. It's like, I think everybody goes through different seasons. There's certain times in our life where we feel confident, we feel like we're taking on the world, things are going just right. But there's always that point in the season that, we get a little bit of rain, and that's kind of life. There are ups and downs. And so the idea of having a beautiful pyrite tree in different parts of the house, and to Athena's point, because they're on clearance right now, if you're just now joining us on the stream, welcome to the Shop LC live stream today. We're doing something different. We have Athena, the Sage Goddess. She has her own boutique, her own shop. She's got her books. I would recommend that you're going to bring in the books maybe a couple more times during the stream. But wouldn't it be nice, Athena? I'm thinking, like, if I were to something like a pyrite tree. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this live stream, if you have any questions, you can contact our personal shopper team. But we can also do a build to, ship to. So if your daughter lives across,
that's nice. Yeah.
Right, and we're in Texas, or you're on the other side of the country, you can have a ship from here to them. And Athena, I would suggest that people get maybe one of your books so that they can also include something that they can read and they can learn a little more information. Nowadays it's like the digital, social media era, like everybody's scrolling for split seconds. Really taking some time out to embrace some of these gemstones and the metaphysical and learning a little more about that would be a good idea.
Oh, I think so too. And I think, there's a lot of information out there. What's cool about the information about stones, and one of the reasons I wrote the books, is a lot of the best stories have been consistent for thousands of years. The way the Greeks and the Romans worked with agate, for example, which we're going to talk about later, still resonates with us today. And part of my mission in life is to keep those stories alive, because, as time passes, and here's what I've found, even though we have so much access to information these days, right? Like, nobody says, I wish I had more information. We have lots of information. But what we don't really have is storytelling and teaching, right? So that's where I try to come in and pull all of that information together to make it make sense for you, so that you're not sifting through and I don't even know what I'm looking at. But I would say one of the things too with this little pyrite tree, something to think about. I have little mini gardens or mini altars and mini sacred spaces in my garden on my patio. So if you have, right, and this will stand up to the elements. Let me tell you something. You're not going to do anything to pyrite that Mother Nature has not already done to her. So you can't hurt pyrite. And so, and the metal is going to sustain itself through the elements. So what I would love to see you do is just a little tiny, plants always bring abundance too. So maybe you have a cactus and this and a little candle outside on your patio, or these smaller pieces are so nice because it allows you to think of any space in your home. Think about your kitchen. Kitchens, by the way, magnetize abundance because we're cooking and we're working with water and herbs, and you don't realize how much cooking actually creates energy in your space. That would be cute to keep on your kitchen counter.
I love that.
I
love that. And just to kind of go back, we are going to be moving on to the next item, but I want to remind you all that are watching, shout out to Heather. Heather says, amen to that. My season of release, pyrite and citrine are so great to bringing in money. She says, Athena's books, wealth of knowledge, and I never really understood chakras until reading her book. So that's a shout out from Heather.
Thank you, Heather. It's really good to see you here today. Thank you for coming. And it's so cool to have some of our community members. If you are with us, please say hi. I know Jessica loves it too. We're here doing this for you and because of you. So it's really nice to hear your voices too.
Yes. So again, on clearance, this is a final sale item. We were able to get it marked down. These were originally $19.99. If we gave it the discount from there, you'd be paying $15.99, $16, but we discounted it some more for Athena's show. It's
That's cool.
$15.99 plus the 25% off, Athena. So it's $11.99 per tree. That's incredible. And
You
when you
you
see,
would you would pay $11.99, you guys, just for the pyrite stones, not hand wrapped onto a tree for your abundance altar. Like I don't. This isn't a sales pitch. This is just like, hey, you should probably go get one of these. It's awesome. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, yeah, yeah,
So shop to is what you're going to put in the comments section. If you
yeah,
didn't know how to get to some of these items, so throughout the show, on the live stream, in the comments section, when you're interested in an item, up top, we do have the items listed. You're going to
yeah,
put the word shop and the number that's associated with the piece. So in this case, put shop to in the comments section, hit the
yeah,
little arrow. It's generate a link. You can click on it. And if you have any questions, our personal shopper team, let me give you that information real quick so that
yeah.
we can get them ready for you. But
It's,
Gail,
it's amazing that you guys have the personal shoppers, by the way, too. I mean, that is another, you have to know, when I decided to partner with Shop LC, there's 19 different things I love about the company. They feed children with your purchases. Like the shipping and the budget pay, which is insane. It's not a credit program. You don't have to be approved for it. They just offer it to you. But also here's number one is the quality.
mm,
And the fact that a lot of times Shop LC manufactures some of their own products. And so if you're like, how are they possibly able to do this pricing? You know, your guess is as good as mine. But a lot of times it's because they're manufacturing. And they
yeah,
pass those savings along to you. So
yep.
you're getting something today where honestly, you would come to me and you would say, how much pyrite can I get for $11.99? It would probably just be the stones.
Ah,
So
I
you're getting the full creation ready to use as a sacred tool for free.
exactly, exactly. I
Yeah.
wanted to kind of go back. We had one of our viewers who's watching right now, Heather. She said you can't even buy the pyrite for that price, so she agreed with me. But also,
Yeah.
Gail,
Heather knows. Yeah.
Gail says hi from Texas. Athena's classes are amazing. She says that is
Um,
deal. So again, if you're interested in the pyrite trees, they are on sale, $11.99 with the
Yep.
extra discount. Don't forget live 25 is the coupon code. I'm going to step to the side real quick,
Everybody. Yep.
up top, but the number is 888-835-2237. Again, that's 888-835-2237. You can always contact the personal shopper team. And to Athena's point, your purchase feeds. For every purchase that you make with us here at Shop LC, we donate a meal on your behalf to a child in need. We're partnered with No Kid Hungry here in the United States, as well as Akshaya Patra in India. We're expanding that just to ensure that, the next generation is well taken care of. And you don't have to do anything extra aside from get all the things that you're interested in purchasing from us here at Shop LC. So,
Yeah.
yay!
And I will tell you, there was something I wanted to buy last time we were leaving Shop LC, and it sold out. And when it's gone, it's gone. So you don't want to have that experience. I was like, wait, I wanted to buy it after my show.
So true.
So
So
like while you can, don't have the same buyer's remorse I had, or what is it? It's not buyer's remorse when you lose an opportunity. It's like I was sad.
miss it, you miss out. That's the
You
bottom
miss
line.
it, you miss it. Yeah, it's true.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Nadine says, thanks for the package. It will be great in my office to magnify creation. So that is from Noreen, our regular viewers. She's a
Yeah.
family member. Anybody else though that's watching that is familiar with Athena, has maybe read some of the the goddess books, the sage goddess books. If you have any in your possession, if you want to send a shout out, by all means, please make sure you put those comments in the comments section. Let's move on though, Athena. We got a lot to show. We've got a multi-jasper mushroom piece that is super cute. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe this. So we have it in a small and we also have it in a medium. This one
Yeah.
is $14.99. This one is on sale, so it is a returnable item. So far, the only one that is on clearance, just to give you a heads up, full transparency, this is a final sale. We discounted it so much that, you're practically buying it for what we did. So just a heads up, this is a final sale on the tree. But this next one is a 30-day money back guarantee item. The mushroom itself is made out of jasper. And
So cool.
tell us a little bit about this. This is one of my personal favorite gemstones like ever. I love neutral colors,
Oh
and
yeah. Oh
it's
yeah.
for my home.
So, couple things about jasper. Jasper is a stone that was mentioned in the Bible. So when we talk about our stones, and again, if you are interested in history, this is the book of mine to get. This is my crystal history book. It's small, but it's mighty. I always joke it was harder to write than my doctoral dissertation because I had to do so much research for the book, and I was translating original documents from Greek and Latin and stuff. So anyway, it's a great book if you want to learn more. So jasper has this interesting lineage: Egypt, Greece, Rome, and also Native Americans in North America. So, and interestingly enough, this is what I love about my work is they all have worked with it for the same two things. It anchors a healer's energy, meaning it supports you while you heal. And you might say, well, I'm not a healer. Are you a parent? Because then, yes, you are a healer. Are you an employer? Because then, yes, you are. All these roles are you a teacher? You are 1,000% a healer, right? So it supports you while you do that work. And then the other thing is it's for strength and protection. Native Americans carried jasper into battle. So did Greeks and Romans. It is so, and here's the interesting part about it. Jasper attracts peaceful connection to you. If you're having trouble in your marriage or your partnership, jasper is going to be one of the first stones I'm going to recommend to you because we call it the reconciliation stone. Brings people back to their center. And so, so strength and protection, loving kindness, and peace in relationships. And then that support for healers, whatever you call yourself, right? Teacher, trainer, employer, parent, right? Those are all healing roles in our world. And so anyway, you know me, I could go on forever, but the fact that it's a direct mention in Greece, Rome, the Bible, and also in Native American tradition and lore. So these aren't stories that we make up. These are actual documented historical uses for the stone. And then the mushroom shape, we talked about this last time I was there. I love the mushrooms. Jasper, by the way, has quartz in it. So in my community, we grid with our stones, but you need to have quartz in it for it to be a centerpiece. And so this has quartz in it. Mushrooms are healers. They're healers of the body, mind, and spirit. Common ones today, like lion's mane and chaga and reishi, mushrooms are called adaptogens. Okay, so mushrooms, when you work with mushrooms, they know what's wrong and they go in and try to solve it. They're an intelligent form of plant life. And so when we have a mushroom shape, it also represents our faith that in our healing process and knowing that our bodies are always healing themselves.
I love that. I love that. We have two sizes in this one. I think we have the small and the medium. Do we have the medium on set or no? Tyler's like, ooh, ooh. But let me just say this. You know, you talked about leadership, and I want to pick off of that because I feel like all of us are leaders in some sense, right? I mean, all of us have had those conversations with a loved one or maybe somebody who's looked up to us, or perhaps you kind of ran into somebody, even as you're traveling. I don't know if I'm sure you've probably had this
Oh,
experience.
yeah.
You can meet somebody in passing at an airport, sit down with them, and all of a sudden have this conversation. And it's like you guys are like, besties, long lost besties. And so
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I think it's so
Yeah.
in our lives, we are that leader, or at least we can kind of give some sort of advice that makes a difference in someone's life. So I love the fact that the jasper kind of, is that type of gemstone that really enhances and promotes the grounding and the healing. Listen, in life, there are ups and downs, and at the end of the day, all of us can use a little piece of jasper in our life. The medium one, this is the small one, right, guys?
The price on these, by the way, again, this is another point where I think the pricing is magnificent. I mean, these are hand carved. If you line up 5 of these cute little mushrooms next to each other, they all look different. And also, jasper is like a fingerprint. No 2 pieces of jasper on this planet are identical, which is really cool. So Jessica's holding her piece there. Your piece is going to come. It's going to be beautiful and from the same mine, but it may have different colors. Jasper grows in the whole spectrum.
Yeah.
So you're going to find reds and creams. These are from Madagascar, I believe.
Yes.
Which is my favorite place to source stones. Madagascar was part of Africa up until 165 million years ago. It broke. But it broke like a little puzzle piece. If you look at Africa and you look at Madagascar, you can see where they belong together. But the foundation of Madagascar is 3 billion years old as well. And so these stones, especially from Madagascar, are hardened history. And it's your history. It's every lifetime you've ever lived. It's all of your ancestors. This stone was forming when life was forming on the planet, which is really a beautiful story. Yeah.
So you have a little piece of history that you get to hold on to and have in your. Just to kind of touch on what you said, by the way, those of you who are just now joining us on the live stream, welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Athena with us today. She is the author of several books. We like to call her the Sage Goddess. That's the name of your storefront, your boutique. The reason why we have her here is for her expertise and also just her passion about gemstones. And, you know, here at Shop LC, we try to negotiate on your behalf as often as possible. And I love the fact that you touched on this. You know, we've been a manufacturer for a very long time. And so every we go to the gem shows, the trade shows, we get our feet wet, our hands in there, and we try to, in a lot of cases, there are vendors that'll have pieces that maybe they haven't been able to get rid of for whatever reason. Maybe they've had pieces that have been sitting, or, you know, there's so many different reasons why, you know, maybe they have a lot in stock. We buy them, we take them off their hands. We're able to discount them $11.24 with the discount.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an insane price. Yeah.
$11. And to your point, if you're interested in buying several, we do have some different sizes. So if you wanted to get like maybe 2 small, 2 medium, and I'm going to go in a little bit more here, Athena, so people could see what you're talking about. The striation that you mentioned, or the pattern, that makes these Jasper gemstones so unique. I love the fact that you can see that no two, once you get 2 alongside of each other, the colors may be a bit different. The patterns are going to be a bit different, but that's one of the reasons why I love opaque stones too.
Me too.
You know,
Me too. Mm-hmm.
That world that have certain characteristics that make them unique, and Jasper is certainly one of them. And you said hand carved. Hand carving is not cheap. This is expensive to do. So we have our artisans that are involved in this, and we've got 2 sizes, small, medium. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we move from this one?
I would just say, you know, it's funny because Jessica was mentioning, we were just in Tucson, right, together. I was with Shop LC too, and we were doing some shopping as well. And it's sometimes a vendor will have a stone and they'll say, yeah, I've had these pieces for a long time. I don't know why, you know, I think they're beautiful, but sometimes customers don't notice them. And then I come in and I'm like, wait a minute, slow down. Like, do you know how amazing this is? And then all of a sudden it kind of re-energizes the conversation. But we forget how magic those lines Jessica's showing you in this particular piece, those are quartz. Those are lines of quartz. Those are what we call compression lines in geology. So as that stone was forming, the distance, see those white lines? The distance between those 2 lines in the formation time could be anywhere from 5,000 to 100,000 years.
Amazing.
I mean, we talk about a lifetime of 100 years at best, right? Really think about that. So why does that matter in a stone? Because holding a piece that has that history, and especially with quartz, which raises your vibration, it automatically calms, soothes, and balances you. Automatically. You don't have to do anything else. You might even feel it when the package arrives before you open it, right? Crystals are very powerful. So yeah, Jasper, if you don't have Jasper, today's the day to get your first piece. And you could not find it from a more beautiful place. Madagascar is paradise. Really is.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Affordable. A shout out to Priya, who says Mother Nature's art, who's hanging out with us today. Thank you so much for, and we appreciate Hillary as well. She says, oh, hi. All right. Hi. So if you missed any of what we've already featured, we had a shungite spear with a base that was made out of shungite. We featured pyrite trees in the silver tone. We did the multi jasper mushrooms. Remember, we have 2 different sizes. I believe both sizes are going to be priced. They are discounted. So that is confirmed. Even the medium. So if you wanted a larger size mushroom made out of jasper, snag the medium, because the medium's a little bit larger, a little more careful, but you're still getting it for the same price. This is
beautiful.
Yeah,
right. No, we're covering like the whole globe today, because shungite comes from Karelia, Russia. So we are like, first we were in Russia, now we're in Madagascar, which is part of what I love. If you have an adventurous spirit, you're kind of getting a taste of the entire planet's beauty, to use Priya's point, you know? So yeah.
Yes. All right. So coming up next, one of my personal favorite stones every time on a vendor. I am obsessed with any vendor who has labradorite. the phenomenon, the labradorescence, that beautiful glow. We do have a small, a medium, and a large. These are
Yep.
on super, super, super sale. Let me give you guys the price real quick before I give it over to Athena. $29.99 is what they're listed at. But of course, you're going to get the 25% coupon code Live25. Make sure you jot that down in the comments section. If you're interested in any of these pieces, you'll use the word shop and then the number that's associated with the piece. But Athena, $29.99 with the discount. Let me see, where are we at? Tyler, is that correct?
Yes.
So we're at $22.49 with the budget pay, Athena. It's going to be $11.24 per month. But out the door, if you decide to get one of these, it's $22.50 per heart. And remember,
And that's medium size, Jessica. That's the medium.
this is Tyler. Confirm for me. Is this the small, the medium?
The small.
This is going to be the small.
Okay, got it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
It's not very small, you guys. Look at it in her hand. That's why I was like, is that the medium size? Because it looked bigger than I thought. It's beautiful.
2 inches when I put the ruler next to it. And as you and I both know, each Labradorite is going to be unique. Labrador is originally from Labrador, Canada. I'm sure you're going to talk more about it here. But this is that kind of, that you want to talk about vibrations and good. I'll let you do what you do best. But yeah, these are $24 per month. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh my God. Well, and you know your stuff, Jessica. So I love listening to you too. You are very knowledgeable, and your favorite things are my favorite things. So we have a lot in common. Labradorite. So here's the thing. Labradorite I have not met a person who said, "Man, not really for me." Right. But you can tell by my shawl and my world around me, like color is my jam, right? I love things I love rainbows. I love stones that have all the colors in them. She's correct. Labradorite was originally discovered in Labrador, Canada, which is where the name came from. Some people wonder if it's the dog. And I'm like, no, it's the place. But what's interesting is now most of the Labradorite in the world comes from Madagascar. Why is that a big deal? So Shop LC, and great shot from Jessica. You can see what we call labradorescence, which is the light play effect. That's actually something of an optical illusion. It's the way light refracts off the stone that creates that shimmer and shine that you see. And their pieces are really nice quality, meaning they have that shimmer on both sides and different pockets. And then it's going to be fun for you when your piece arrives, because sometimes the pockets are blue, sometimes they're gold or green. You'll even see, because it's Madagascar, you'll see shades like my shawl of like pinks and purples and sunset colors in them too. Labradorite is the stone of wish making and intention setting. In my world, there is really nothing better. So if you say, hey, and the new moon is when we do that. We have a new moon coming up. You'll have this by the time the next new moon comes, if you purchase one today. So I would love to see, if you're new and you haven't done a new moon, I do, they're free for, on YouTube, I do new moon ceremonies each month. So you could get that stone and bring it and come celebrate with me. Labradorite, we think of it as a wish-making stone, because if you think about it, when you want to start something new, it starts quietly inside of you as a thought or a prayer in the darkness, right? Right. And so and that little wish is like a glimmer in your own heart before it goes out and manifests itself in the world. So what I tell people is, especially if you're feeling a little discouraged, imagine that light is all the potential of everything you want to build, create, grow in your life. But it's starting as a little vision or dream in your heart that eventually will expand out and become something very powerful in the world. I also work with stones like this for something called gua sha, which is a treatment for the skin. You can hold a heart and glide it against your skin when you're using your moisturizers and aging products, or just for massage on the body. Hearts are so great because you can meditate with them, hold them, place them on your own heart, but also you can use them as massage tools. So that one little piece packs a huge punch for $20. It's like it does. Again, this is for somebody who wants to believe that the best years of their life are still ahead and that they are going to dream those years into being. And I think a lot of us qualify as people who are dreamers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And myself is kind of dreaming. I mean, when you see Labradorite in person, you're blown away by how magical, how absolutely stunning the internal glow is. And I love that you took It's interesting because certain gemstones, there's this negativity in some cases when you talk about inclusions and
Mhm.
but with labradorite, it actually makes the gemstone that much more special, right? It breaks up the light side of the labradorite, providing you with that labradorescence that we talked about. So it's like the
Mhm.
different directions breaking up inside of the stone. Beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's really true. In my world with semi precious stones, inclusions are where the light bounces. It's like they always say the cracks in your heart are where the light comes in.
Okay.
So these are and so these are the light play in labradorite comes from the growth patterns inside the stone that are often the result of growth interruptions, like seismic activity or volcanic activity that disrupt the growth. But those disruptions, we wouldn't have the light inside of labradorite without those interruptions,
Right.
which is pretty cool. So sometimes life's little challenges turn into rainbows.
They
And
do.
if you know somebody, so that build to ship to thing is pretty cool. Like, let's say your daughter's really going through a hard time right now, and you keep saying, hey, you know what, chin up. It's going to get better. You just have to have faith and set your intentions and focus. Write a little note or send her a text and then have them ship this to her.
There you go. There you
You
go.
know, it's just thoughtful like that and it's affordable, but it's going to make a huge difference for the person you give it to.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, this is shop four. If you're interested in the labradorite heart shaped design, keep in mind it is going to be like over 1,300 carats of labradorite. Typically, you don't necessarily go by carat weight with this type of stone. It's more shape, the size. I love also too that it's like a palm design too. You can hold it in the palm of your hand if you wanted to. But just to kind of give a heads up, approximately 2¼ inch going to be the size of the small, but you also have the medium and the large. Tyler, can you confirm when you double check or click on the medium and large that the prices don't go up? Wow. Okay, so the medium is listed at $39.99. The large is going to be listed at 69. And so
Okay.
as the larger, imagine this one like twice the size because when we go from small to medium in this particular style, they are much larger in the actual, shape and size, but you're still going to get that heart design, which, for me, Athena, love comes to mind, right? I mean, you see it's the universal symbol of love. And so as you talk about somebody shipping it over to their daughter or maybe their grandchild, just the
Mm-hmm.
symbol of love is enough for me. Somebody sharing their affection towards how they feel. And, you can put it around the house. You can kind of lay them down and also show and tell. There are a lot of younger people who are now, more curious than ever. It's really nice to be able to do something that's tangible with them and be able to share with them some of the information about labradorite, how it was discovered, where it came about, the difference with this particular gemstone versus others because of the internal glow. So this is a phenomenon, Athena, in the gemstone
Oh,
world.
yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it is. And, you have made such a good point. Hearts are your heart, right? That is the symbol of love. And so in crystal healing, we will hold the heart shape against our heart,
Mhm.
and say a prayer or take an inhale, exhale right there. One of the things too, and it reminded me of what you were saying, Jessica. I have kids. They're grown now, but when they were young, sometimes they have a hard time going to school, right? They're going to miss you during the day. Or wouldn't it be cool to give your child this and say that this goes with you to school? This is mommy's heart, right? You carry mommy's heart with you to school. Then, and that's with you throughout the day. There's so many thoughtful ways. This is why I love crystals, you guys. And I get inspired because my customers will tell me how they're gifting something or what their conversation is like, and it's so meaningful. And again, now more than ever, you really, I'm sure you know this, but people want meaningful small gifts. Everything needs to be affordable, right? We're all watching what we spend. And so what I love is this is a really affordable way to make a big difference in your own life or in somebody else's life. So
Very
all the way from this is a beautiful heart, what a cool talisman to give to someone, to my world, which is this stone can change your life.
There you go. There
You
you go.
know? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, shop four is the number to this particular piece. If you're interested, find you got discounts. You got that live 25 coupon code available to you. If you have, joined Athena,
So
other
good to see you guys.
Make sure you give us a shout out. We'd love to hear from you today. Thank you so much for watching the show.
Yeah.
We had Susan, who I believe shouted us out. Let me see. Okay, so let's get into one of my personal favorites here. We're going to do a rose quartz piece. And with these pieces, if you're sending them as gifts, most of them come in, special packaging, which I love. We don't
Yep.
cut here. We want to make sure that they are presentable, they're special. Obviously, you can add your own twist to it, a little note if you wanted to. But this
Yeah.
piece is going to be a rose quartz dolphin, and we have the dolphin shape in a small, which is going to be 409 carats, or in the medium size, which is going to be about 420 carats. But Athena, look at how adorable this is. I would imagine.
I wanted these so bad for my show. I was so happy. This is the dolphin of love, and I love dolphins, and I love rose quartz. So, oh my god.
Caribbean too. Like when we travel to different places, I would imagine something like this being available, somewhere in the Caribbean or somewhere close to the ocean. This is talent. I mean, somebody carving this and shaping it the way that they have. This is going to be the small size. It's $29.99. With the discount, it takes it down to $22.50. And then, of course, you have the budget payment option of $7.50. This is one of my favorites. We talked about Love Athena.
Yeah.
This definitely, the color, it's naturally. And then, of course, I love the kind of, it's almost angelic. It's a soft, delicate color.
Well, let's talk, because this isn't just rose quartz. This is Madagascar rose quartz. You know what I mean? Like, there's rose quartz, and then there's rose quartz. This rose quartz, and you can kind of see it in their studio shot, is completely translucent. Rose quartz from Madagascar is not opaque. The last stones we were talking about are naturally opaque, like jasper. Rose quartz, the good quality stuff, you can see right through it. A lot of times the Madagascar rose quartz will show a star when you take it out in daylight, because of the way it forms. So my favorite rose quartz on the planet is this. And then dolphins, like I said, who doesn't need a love dolphin? This is hand carved. It comes in a box. There's no way. I mean, I don't have these for you for $20. I wish I did. I wish I did. So that's why I come here, and then they can give it to you. But it's dolphins are one of the most intelligent species on the planet. They are believed to come from a mythical place called Lemuria, which by legend and lore, it's written about in my book. So if you want to read about all these mythical lands, I did a little bit on Lemuria in here. But dolphins communicate through sound and frequency, and it's a very subtle, very intelligent communication. In some ways, it's more intelligent than human communication. My favorite story about dolphins, by the way, a friend of mine is a medical doctor, and he's retired now, but he used to go to the Caribbean in the summers to do research once for a month. Yeah. And so he was with a colleague, and they were studying dolphins and sound and healing, diagnosis of conditions. This crazy story. So one of his coworkers had just found out she was pregnant before they left on the expedition, but she didn't tell anybody except my friend. She got out to the island. The dolphins were jumping out of the water and poking at her stomach.
Wow.
And they completely outed her. People were like, "Are you okay?" Because they're focusing on diagnosis, right? And she said, "I have to tell you, you probably already guessed, I'm pregnant." The dolphins are jumping up, and
They
they
sense
were celebrating, because dolphins can sense microcellular changes. So they're very helpful for diagnosing cancer, for example. This is where they're going with diagnosis magic of dolphins, is because they sense even a small cell change, like cell division of a fetus, right? So they're very intelligent. We should not underestimate dolphins. I think they have a lot of potential to teach us about healing. And then, like I said, the stone of love. So this is your this is a shape, an animal spirit ally of intuition, of magic, and of nonverbal communication. It's like telling you I love you, but I don't have to say the words.
Exactly. And there's so many people that we don't necessarily have the opportunity to say I love you to as much as we'd like to. So this would be a really great gift to send to whoever. I mean, what about the friend that you have known for 15, 20 years that you're still connected to, no matter how much time goes by, you get together and it's like you guys have seen each other every week, every day, or
True.
even as our kids get a bit older and they go about their business and start their own families, sometimes we don't have a chance to, especially moms with sons. Some sons are close to their mamas. Some sons can't, get enough of their moms, and some sons just get, overwhelmed and caught up. They start a new life and they have their wife and their kids and all that good stuff. So what a beautiful gift. What a nice gesture to give to that loved one. I love that you mentioned that. And for $29.99 with the discount, we're talking $7.50. We've
Yeah,
got
it's crazy.
some
Yeah.
testimonials coming in. Heather says, seriously, this book, life changing. She's a literal fountain of wisdom. Love her. And then says, I just swam with the dolphins, which has been, an experience that a lot of people have had or wanted to have, or some people just enjoy watching dolphins. They, to me, kind of give me a sense of playfulness. And I also
Yeah.
love the role.
Yeah.
Are they pods, if I'm not mistaken? They're like
Yeah,
very
they
fair.
swim in pods. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they right where I live, and I live on the coast of Los Angeles, and so right near the ocean, and you can see the pods. You don't even have to have binoculars. They are you can see them jumping, and they swim in circles, a circle together, and it's really beautiful. But it really, like, I think the message of this stone is, even when I'm not there to tell you, my love is with you,
I
right?
love
Like,
that.
even when, it's true. My son and I are very close, and we always have been. But I do think of that, right? As they get busy, they want something to keep in their space that every time they look at it, it's like, that's mom. That's mom's hug right there, right? That's dad's hug right there. That's that. I can tell, I love you, even if we're not talking because you're busy,
Or,
Yeah.
oh, no.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
Athena, you said because you're busy.
Well,
Don't,
that's what I hear. Mom, I'm busy.
I get it.
And what's funny is, like, as parents, we're like, oh, because I'm not, I have all the time in the world.
I People make time for what they want. So you have to remember to make time for family. And
Right.
sometimes, it's the little gesture, something in the mail that comes to them that says, oh, they thought about me or they were thinking about me.
Oh,
So those of you that are watching the live stream for the first time, welcome to the family. This is Shopville live stream. Tina's hanging out with us. She's the sage goddess. She's written a lot of books of crystals, the healing properties, all that good stuff. So she's our special guest. She's actually going to be joining us here live in the studio tomorrow. There go the books, Athena. Well,
yeah.
how do people now? I'm going to share some information real quick. If you're interested in buying some of this stuff that we're featuring, all you have to do is put in the comments section shop 1, shop 2, shop 3, shop 4. The number is associated with the piece that we're airing, okay? And we have up to 20 items that we're going to get through. So we have about 10 more items to get through, or like 15. But if you're interested, in the comments section, you're going to put the word shop and then the number. It's going to generate a link that's going to open up so that you can take advantage. Don't forget
Yeah.
to have the coupon that's activated. It's hot for only 48 hours or while supplies last. So
Yeah.
that's, during our live streams, we're limited in stock. If you're
Yeah.
interested in these pieces, now's the time to lock in on those pieces. And if you have any questions, because I know how it is during a live stream, you don't necessarily have access to a customer care representative. Sometimes you're going back and forth with the live host. We have a
Yeah.
personal shopper team that's on standby. We're going to put that information in the chat as well so that you can contact them if you have any questions. And we're going to go ahead and keep moving. If you have anything that you want to ask, please make sure you send it over. Athena, did you
Is
want to
that shop five? Is that shop five for the dolphin?
shop five for the
Yeah.
shop five?
Shop five.
Yeah, is that
Yeah. Honestly,
it?
I think everything is so great, but those dolphins, like, that's another one. When they're gone, you're going to be like, I should have gotten the dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dolphin precious. And to our viewer who said that she recently shopped with the dolphins, I would imagine that they'd probably have trinkets like this in that area, but they wouldn't let you walk away for $7.50 per month. This one out the door with the discount is $22.50. It's solid. It's the perfect size. And
Yeah.
it's perfect, kind of creature that's going to represent the love that you have for that special someone, or maybe for you, for yourself. You get one for yourself. All
Yeah,
right.
you could get it for yourself. I'm a big fan of self gifting. I'm a Leo. We're into that. Nobody knows how to buy me gifts better than I do.
That's right. I know that's right. That is so true. All right. We're going to keep moving here. We have the petrified wood. This is a free form piece. We have it in two sizes. This one is in a small and a large. So the small is going to be this one here that I have on set. If
Yep.
any okay, so if there are any questions about the different sizes, keep in mind when you generate that link, you're going to put shop 6 in the comment. The link will come up. You'll click on it. You'll have a chance to toggle through the different sizes with the carat weights. And of
Yep.
course, when you spend $50 or more, we're going to send it to you for free. And that's a really big deal, especially with these rocks, these minerals. They're heavy
They
to
are
carry.
heavy. I don't even know how you guys do it. I've said that before. I'm like, I don't know. Like, it weighs the same thing for you that it weighs for the rest of us. I don't know how they do it, but anyway, your shipping is the party bonus. The budget pay is the party bonus, and then the quality and just the incredible. So listen, this is where I can really talk, Jessica. You'll have to shut me up because I've taught a 2-hour class on petrified wood. So I could have done this whole show just on petrified wood. And you might think, Athena, that's nuts. Who would want to sit and listen to you for 2 hours about this stone? I think it's very interesting. Petrified wood is an ancient tree that fell in a forest, has to be covered in volcanic ash for at least 500,000 to a million years in order to create this. And then ultimately, what Jessica's holding right now is not wood. So you might be like, that should be easy to ship. How much does that weigh? After that million years covered in ash, everything organic in that tree, like trees have water in them, they have dirt, they have minerals, everything else. All of that stuff is gone and it's replaced with quartz and agate. And so these pieces, now here, so really what she's holding in her hands is quartz and agate. It has the same measure of hardness measurement in the gem and mineral world as quartz because it's mostly quartz. This is from Madagascar. Petrified forests are found on every continent. Arizona has a beautiful one here in the US. But the Madagascar is the most beautiful. It is the most colorful. It has the most quartz in it of any petrified wood on the planet. And it's the most affordable at Shop LC. So this is another one of those, why do you want petrified wood? Don't you love going to big forests and seeing the rings on the trees and feeling small? I love that. It's like, I like to be reminded that I'm small. My problems are small. This universe is ancient. The big trees have their own medicine, but petrified wood it's protective, it's grounding, and it's going to bring you wisdom. That piece right there has a record in it of our planet's entire evolution.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And it's crazy to have it in the palm of your hand. I'm so glad that they shaped it this way because literally when you get it, put it anywhere in the house. I mean, when you think about like your side tables next to your bed, you think about your study, your office. Some of you travel to work and like to have little trinkets around the house. Heather said incredible. Circe, I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize. Shop 6 is the item number. So if you're interested, put Shop 6 in the comments section. Tell us a little bit about what I'm getting from this. It's like almost like an iridescence. I'm imagining that it's not quite iridescent, but there's just this special kind of glow that I'm getting from probably the quartz coming out of that. Athena, I mean, every single one of these is unique. I've seen them in the studio before, and I'm like, I'm in awe over how absolutely stunning this is. Real quick though, $39.99, so that you guys know the price. We do have the 25% discount, so they are $29.99, and $9.99 is your monthly payment plan. Everybody qualifies for that. Free shipping. Well, when you shop on our website, you keep shopping. You're going to get some discounts on shipping and handling when you spend. Tell us a little bit about that, though, Athena, because I'm seeing striations and everything else in there.
Yeah. So what's really cool is the minerals in the stone as it forms. Remember, I told you all the water. Imagine that tree falls, water is slipping away, and it gets replaced. And as quartz and agate grow, the additional minerals in the surrounding earth, which include manganese, which is going to turn our stones purple. It's going to turn our stones pink. Hematite, which is going to turn our stone, hematite and iron, which is going to turn our stones red and sometimes the darker pinks. You have the browns, which will be an infusion of calcite and then other mineral inclusions. What's really cool is, and magnesium, among others too, magnesium, manganese, and iron. Have you heard of those before, everybody? Right. You take these in your vitamins. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like these are, again, building blocks of health. And believe me, when your stones have them in it, and what quartz does is basically make a river for those energies to reach you. It's like a conduit of energy. So you are receiving not just a beautiful piece that grounds you, but it has manganese in it, which is a physical healer. It helps to increase the speed of healing in the physical body. There was a whole experiment done where somebody had a bruise and they put a crystal with manganese in it on one side of the bruise and not on the other. And the bruise healed faster on the side where they applied the stone with manganese. But it's science, right? Iron is the same thing. Iron helps with circulation. We need iron in our bodies for strength. If you don't have enough iron in your diet, how do you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Like the batteries are out of your toy, right? So one of the ways I like to tell people to bring the energy of minerals into their field is through stones, because the stones have such a high proportion of those. So that, again, Madagascar's geology and geography is really unique on the planet. And you're not going to find, even in the most beautiful petrified forests, and there are some cool ones, you're not going to find my favorite colors, which are the red, the purple, the pink. And then those rivers that you're talking about, Jessica, that's the quartz and the mica that make like a shimmer across the surface.
Ooh, beautiful
My
shimmer.
favorite part with these is like, show this to somebody and ask them what it is. I promise you, and if you're like, I'll give you $5 if you can guess correctly, no one's going to say wood. You know,
Unbelievable.
it's a miracle. It's a miracle of our planet.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can have that. You can have that, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of the reasons why we go out and about, just to kind of seek out some of the most beautiful gemstones, minerals, pieces that not only we can have in, faceted form, but more so in like carved form, so that you can put them in different parts of the house. Oftentimes, Athena, we think about, pictures and things like that being up on the wall, but it's beautiful to have these masterpieces, these pieces of artwork that you can really embrace and appreciate. And as people come over to the house, they're probably going to want to touch these pieces and feel them and really connect with them. I think a lot of you are probably super excited, because if you've ever been to like a gem show, or even like a small boutique that has minerals, I know, Athena, you have your Sage Goddess. Is your storefront, is it an actual storefront that people walk into? Is it online basically, or?
Kind of. A little bit, but we're mostly online. So, yeah, I live over at sagegoddess.com, and that's, and a lot of what I do, I actually have a new crystal class coming up starting in April. So and I haven't taught a dedicated crystal class in a really long time. So keep in touch and stay tuned, and we'll keep you posted too when that's ready for you. I'm a teacher at heart, and I love teaching, and teaching about crystals is so fun because there's so many of them and each one has a story. But petrified wood, it's one of my customers and community's favorite stones, because again, it does all the things. It's got quartz in it. And then the piece like that too, the shape of it, Jessica, you can put the flat side in your palm and put your fingers around it. Mm-hmm. And you can use that as a massage tool.
Yeah.
So, the back of the neck, the backs of the legs. I'm a big believer in body work, and crystals are the best. You can warm them, your crystals, before you do massage. You've had hot stones probably when you go to a spa. These are way better. So it's a beautiful display piece. It's a functional massage piece. And it also, but just for meditation, just for holding. That shape is so easy to hold, but it's got that flat bottom, so that when you're done with it, it doesn't just lay somewhere. It stands up. It has a presence in your space.
It does. It does. And I'm wanting to set it down here. We're going to pick up the pace a little bit, Athena. I hate to rush us, but we have to get through like 10 items in the next.
I know. My friends are probably watching going, yep, that's Athena. She loves to talk. It's true.
Well, and I wanted to show what you were talking about with the base. You almost have like a base that's designed within the shape of the petrified wood. So if you're interested, make sure you're going on the website. Again, it's going to be Shop 7, Shop 7. We do have different. Yeah. We have different sizes that you can take advantage of. Is it shop? Shop 7. Shop 6.
Shop 6. Okay. 666. You have to put shop 6 in the feed. So it's cool how they do it. They're very organized. You just have to put shop 6 in the feed. Then you're going to get a link to go check out. And when you're on the website, you'll see the exact sizes, the exact prices, and you can check out that way. You may, I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to. We're going to show you some more beautiful things. There may be other things you want to purchase in the show, so you don't have to check out with each individual item.
Yeah.
But I would say if there's something you really love, get it in your cart. Because again, I had that experience when I was with you guys last month of missing out on something I really wanted.
I will shop from home and put things in my shopping cart and go back, and it says no longer available. So that happens. Don't let regret being too long be, the reason why you miss out. Just go ahead and check out. And then also we have the personal shopper team. Now, those of you that are watching the live, keep in mind when you go to our website, shoplc.com, if you hit the live streaming tab, it's actually going to list all the items that Athena and I are going to feature. So you can get ahead of the game instead of having to wait. If you go to shoplc.com, hit the live streaming tab, you'll still be able to watch the live streaming show from the website, but you're also going to have a list of items that you can take advantage of and put in your shopping cart. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. All right. So Athena, we have a labradorite. This is going to be a freeform labradorite piece. The iridescence. I love the shape and the size of this one. This one's on the larger size. We're talking about 8,618 carats of labradorite. It comes in the coolest packaging box. Look at the size of this.
Beautiful. Look at the box, you guys. I mean, I know it's a box, right? But it's just that in terms of presentation, all you have to do is put a gorgeous silk ribbon around that box. Exactly. And no one is going to think, I mean, we'll talk about the pricing on this piece. This is a substantial gift for yourself or whoever you're choosing it for. Yeah.
Packaging, all the cushion is in there, all the little, kind of frilly stuff. It also has some information on the gem itself, talks about the crystal, the chemical composition, so you're ready to rock and roll. This one is a crazy price. So this one is listed at $34.99. We're giving you a 25% discount, live 25. Your price is $101.
Wow.
And then serious. I mean, it's like my head, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, this is a big.
You see what just happened on the screen when she turned that thing? Like, what? If you can show both sides of it, I would love it because the colors are actually different depending on where you look.
Yes.
So yeah.
Labradorite, those colors, that labradorescence shines through. So when you set it up in the house, you might want to put it to a window. You might want to kind of position it just the way you want so that labradorescence can come out of it. But this be $33.74 per month. We're going to talk for just a couple minutes about the labradorite since we did touch on it a bit with the hard cut, but this is a masterpiece. Look at this. I'm going to put it on the top just so you guys can see it. It sits flat, so you don't have to worry about trying to find a base for it, and just beautifully finished.
Oh, it's absolutely magnificent, you guys. And I think there's a little bit of orange on the other side. It flashed kind of quickly across the screen, but you'll see different shades and different colors. So this is, I always call pieces like this church because it reminds me of a cathedral and pieces like this, I don't, even in my world where I've been working with stones for 100 years, I don't take pieces like this for granted. These are extremely large pieces of labradorite. Even when you go to Tucson, it's hard to find a piece like this for $100. And that doesn't get shipped to your door. You know what I mean? Like, it's very cool. So again, coming back to labradorite, new beginnings, new visions, new possibilities. This is the reboot stone. Somebody goes through a divorce, a separation, starting a new career. That's when you need a little extra support from the universe. It's a stone of vision and faith. It's the stone of the new moon, which is when we have a blank slate to create new visions in our lives. I was saying earlier, the new moon is coming up. I'll have my team check on the exact date for you. But that is the time when we work with the stone. You will have this piece in time for the next new moon, which is really cool. And again, the cut base is gorgeous. I'm smiling because Robin and I often have to hold these pieces here at Sage Goddess. Like, it's heavy. You can see her. She's doing it, but I mean, she's like working out her biceps. It's a big piece, right? Yeah. So it's amazing what they're able to do for you. And then the budget page just lets you get it home at a fraction and see if you love it. But again, top 10, there's how many minerals are in the world. This is top 10 for me, even though I've seen it all. This is top 10. And there's nowhere in the world that produces labradorite like Madagascar, where you're going to see, again, almost every tone, hue, and color. And these pieces, when you turn it this way, it does this. When you turn it that way, it does that. So you're just going to have so much fun when your piece gets home just looking at it.
This is such a great piece, Athena. It's John here chiming in on this. I love this one. I have it at my house too. We got to catch up the pace a little bit and move on to some of the next ones because we have so many great ones to touch on.
Okay. I know.
That's our cue, Athena. We got to get moving. Okay, so
I'm with you.
This is going to be $25.30 per month because we were able to get all these deep discounts for these gemstones. We're going to keep it moving. Okay, so this one again is Shop 8. Shop 8 is the item number on that. Coming up next. Okay, so we're going to do the Ocean Jasper. We have a beautiful flame piece. I know the flame is very popular.
Yep.
This here is going to be Shop 9. Shop 9 is coming up next. This one is made of Ocean Jasper. And then we also have, real quick, Athena, because I know we'll do these back to back, just so you know what's coming up next. We're going to do the Ammonites, and this is going to be a pair of Ammonites. So those of you interested in Ammonite, this one's going to be Shop, let me see, we're at Shop 9, Shop 10. I think these will be Shop 10 if I'm not mistaken. Okay? So talk to us a little bit about why we should get Ocean.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is I don't know how they did the price on these flames. Ocean Jasper is the number one stone of happiness and joy in the mineral world. It comes from a very small pocket, an oceanfront mine in Madagascar. What's interesting is the trade of Ocean Jasper is a female-dominated trade in Madagascar, which is really cool. It has been largely sourced and produced by women, which I love that. As a female entrepreneur, I'm all about female empowerment. But truly, the markings on these pieces, every stone has grades, right? LC team will tell you that all day long. This is the AAA grade Ocean Jasper at a regular Jasper price. I don't know how you did it. So if you need happiness, this is your stone.
Let me tell you this, $54.99 is what it's listed at, but you get the 25% discount, $41.24 out the door.
Everybody needs to get one. Just don't even think of it. You could turn around and sell it for double that if you wanted to. I hope you won't, but oh my God.
Like, you got to get two then so you can keep it, because one of them you're going to want to keep.
I would.
So from top to bottom, this one is approximately, just to give you a heads up, we're talking like 5 inches in height. This is such a beautiful gemstone. If you're into women empowerment, if you're into, supporting entrepreneurs, we're talking about, something that women are heavily involved in, even in the actual carving of these. I love the flame. I know you're going to talk to us a little bit about what the flame what it means, but formed natural ocean jasper, right? I mean, thousands of carats, and our price is going to be $13.74 if you decide to go with budget pay. And keep in mind, as we continue to move all of these products, all of these items, you can use the payment plan option. No credit check, no interest payments. Shop 9. But Athena, share with us why the flame.
Yeah. I next time we do this, I'm going to have somebody behind the scenes placing orders for me because I don't have an Ocean Jasper flame. So flames, I was lucky enough to interview the man who created the flame shape at Tucson over a decade ago. He designed it because if you think about it, before the flame, we only had points like this, right? Which is super nice, but it's very masculine. It's very linear. So he wanted to have a feminine shape. So again, as a woman, a woman entrepreneur, I look at this and I'm like, it's the stone from women in the shape of the feminine for happiness. And it also has all those rivers of white and clear on that stone are quartz.
Yes.
So for gridding, this is for me, my family gathers in the kitchen, and that's where the most happiness and joy. I'm Greek. So that's what we do is we cook and we eat and we laugh. Right. And so that's where I would put my Ocean Jasper because what it does is magnify happiness. So wherever you tend to gather in your home, that's where this piece belongs. I would get 2. I would get 3. Honestly, I really, really would. You will, if you do a little research, open another tab, you're going to go, I cannot believe that price. It's insane.
Oh my God. Yes. So again, $13.74 per month, $41.25 out the door. Shop 9 is the number if you're interested. I love the fact making all these gemstones available. Shop 9. Put it in the comments section. It's going to generate the link. You can click on it.
Don't miss it. They don't have a ton of these, you guys, and I will be heartbroken if you miss it. Where are my people? Like, you need to be commenting and going, "Oh my God, girl, I cannot believe you've got that size of ocean just for flame for that price."
And don't forget too, when you're spending, you're saving a significant amount of money. But don't forget, if you want to send it to somebody, you can always do that. So we can take care of that. Our personal shopper team is on standby and ready to rock and roll. If you have any questions, their
If
number
anybody
is.
wants to send it to me, I'll give you my address, and you can shop and bill and shop to me. That's awesome.
I feel the same way when I'm on air. I'm like, if anybody wants to send anything to me here. But here's the number, 888-835-2237. Our personal shopper is always on standby so they can answer all the questions that you have. We've got a superstar pair of ammonites coming up next. Athena, who knew we'd have, look at this. These are ancient creatures. I mean, we're talking about when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. These
Oh, yeah.
these used to propel themselves, I know, through the water. And they, I know you're going to talk more about it, but I love saying that it's almost like being an archaeologist that discovered fossils. That's exactly what this is, Dina. And you get two of these for, hold on, let me make sure I got the right number here. $109 with the discount. You get 25% off. These could be like pieces of like artwork that you hang on the wall. $82, ladies and gentlemen, $82 for both. And you pay $20 and some change per month if you're interested in budget pay. Athena, talk to us.
Okay, yeah, this is shop 10, I think. Is that correct, John? Shop 10. Just kind of cool. You know what I mean? It's like the two halves, the 10. Okay, there's not enough time to tell you about these. 65 million to 400 million years ago, these were swimming. And you can go on Google and watch it. It's weird and it's awesome how they did it. If Jessica can show you the top two, see the at the end of the shell, the two little cavities there, the lines. That's where the mollusk lived in the last two. The rest of the chambers were filled with air. And so what they would do was inhale and then push themselves. And they would like scoot through almost like an octopus, if you've seen how octopus moves. Yeah, because they're mollusks too, right? So these are related to octopus. These went extinct with the dinosaurs, you guys. The Chicxulub crater in the Yucatan is the remnants of that incredible impact point that pushed our planet to extinction. And so these were alive with the dinosaurs. This creature, this shell, this stone you're looking at right now, lived and swam next to dinosaurs.
Incredible.
They're beautiful. They are see-through. You can illuminate these and see the golden parts of it. That's calcite. Remember how I taught you with petrified wood that all the organic stuff slips away and it's replaced with agate, calcite, and quartz? Same thing with these, you guys. And so now it is a stone, but originally it was just a shell. And that was, again, anywhere from 65 to 450 or 500 million years ago.
Shop 10, shop 10, shop 10. When you get this home, you're going to love iridescence. Some of them become opalized, so you're going to have like Canadian ammonite. Ammonite is the ammonite before it becomes opalized and it has the aragonite layer, it becomes iridescent. So these ammonites also have that iridescence that run through tiny pieces of the shell. So I think people are going to be really excited when they see how absolutely stunning these shells are in person.
If you have a place like where I'm sitting at home, I need a pair actually, because you can get really cool stands on Amazon, for example, a couple dollars, just to sit them upright, and they become art. And then I meditate with them. It might sound funny. I was teaching the other hosts about this too. I take the two and hold them up to my ears. When you're quiet in meditation, you can hear the ocean. I call them nature's headphones. It's really cool. Yeah. Anyway, enjoy.
They really are. You guys are going to love them. And the price is a steal because you're getting both shells for less than, where were we on that one? Last one, guys?
That was shop 10.
That was shop 10. And I'm going to get you the price here. I forget what the price is. We'll recap here in just a minute. Hold on. Wait for it. So 109 took us down all the way down to, with the 25% discount. 8250, Athena, 8250.
I think that's the lowest price we've done on that size of ammonite. So I just want to say, like, if you don't have ammonites, today's your day. And when we're done with the ammonites at Shop LC, there isn't a ton of them behind it. We can't manufacture these. These are living creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can only get so many. And so if you're interested, make sure you lock in on that. Okay. So I've got the labradorite freeform coming up next. And then we're going to do the amethyst geodes. If you've been patiently waiting for the amethyst geodes, several to get to. And this is going to be pretty much the same auction, but you're going to choose from different sizes. So the larger the amethyst, the heavier the piece. They do come with, they're kind of like, we'll talk about that here in just a moment. First things first, the thing, talk about a weight. Look at this. This is larger than me. My gosh. Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Listen to this though. Athena, I think you're going to $199 with a 25% discount. If you're not putting shop 11 in the comments section right now, you are missing out. Talk to us about the labradorite and how expensive.
Okay, good job, first of all, on that shot, because that is just gorgeous, girl. Like, that is, when you turn it like up and down, all of a sudden it goes from blue to orange to yellow to green. There's a heart in this one. Do you see it? There's like a black heart on the one side. Yes. You guys. So at Tucson, this last time, I saw a piece like this wholesale for $300. That's wholesale, which means somebody would take it back to their shop and price it for sale, which is usually twice that, right? Like wholesale to retail is usually 50%. So someone is going to go buy this stone in their local crystal shop for $600. That's why I'm saying. And then the fact that if they shop enough, right, they can get this shipped for free. I don't understand. I'm missing something. So if you don't have, first of all, if you do have labradorite, but you have a baby labradorite, you don't have a big grown up labradorite, today's the upgrade day for you. Okay. And by the way, they have like 3 dozen of these. Again, this is not, we have hundreds of these or 1,000 of this. No, there are 3 dozen people who can get this piece at this quality and this size. It's magnificent.
It really is. I think it's our biggest value of the show, like the biggest, because of the size, the carat weight, what you're getting for the money. I promise you this. Now, if I can put this into weight form, this is probably going to be close to a 12 pound. So know, for probably going to cost us more money to ship this out to you, but because you're buying it today, you're going to get free shipping. Shop 11 is the item number that you're going to put in the comment section. If you have any questions about this, we're going to ship it beautifully so that it gets to you safely. And the rest is history. You're going to be addicted to shop.
You'll have it for the new moon. So again, today's a perfect day to get labradorite. We just had a full moon last night. If you do your math, it means we have 2 weeks till the new moon, right? Lunar cycles. So, but if you know somebody who is new relationship, new job, or wants to do something new, and they just need a little support to make their wish list and say what they want, I'm telling you right now, you will absolutely blow someone's mind with this as a gift. It would blow my mind, and I do this for a living. So I'm just telling you, this is kind of everything. I think it blew her mind. She left. I'm just kidding. We always laugh when we're on air. So
Tyler's going to put the personal shopper number up real quick. I like to step to the side.
Yeah.
But this is important. You talked about the new moon. In the meantime, you can make the $29.99 payments. I think this is great option if you're interested. And this is going to be, you're going to be mind blown when you get this home. Seriously. I can't even stress, if I put it next to my head just to kind of give you an idea of the sheer size of this one, it is fascinating to have a piece of, this is artwork. You if you've ever walked into like an art gallery, Athena, this is what I would imagine being in, you know what I'm saying? Look at the iridescence and the way that it's.
But we can't even make art like this. I mean, this is part of the reason why people always ask me, like, why do you have faith in a higher power? Or, why do you? And I say, because I have seen our planet. You can't look at these treasures and not believe that there is some great intelligence, right? But it's also, what's cool is this is light moving through the stone. So this is also nature's magic. She has magic in her. But this is the stone of light in the darkness. So we talk about like dark night of the soul when people are having a hard time. This is the stone that reminds you will get through it and get stronger for it. Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Again, we don't long, but we have probably 20 minutes left, so we want to make sure we get to all of it. If you're going to
that was top 11. If you want that, guys, I would go back and get that one. I make sure you get the ocean jasper. Make sure you get that labradorite. Yeah.
But look, and then ammonites.
And the ammonites. Oh my God. I mean, it's like, how do you choose? But I'm just, this is why I said maybe just wait until your cart is full and then you check out.
You're going to be surprised, because even when your shopping cart is full, you can use the, look at this thing talking to you right now. Look, I have to give it away.
Attention deficit disorder and labradorite really distracts me.
It does. But the good news is, again, you have budget pay. You have a 30-day back guarantee. Yes. There was only one item I think we did on clearance. Everything back guarantee item. And more important, you're going to get beautiful pieces of artwork. Speaking of, I'm going to slide in. Okay. We've got all 3 sizes here on the amethyst geodes. This is probably, now, Athena, when you go to the gem show, especially something like Tucson, you think about, that are lining up to get their hands on these. You look at prices on these, and most people, have to decide, look, do I want to pay? It's almost like some people, it's like rent for them, right? Their mortgage payment in a lot of cases, because to your point, I mean, this is from, the heavens above. I mean, this is all natural amethyst rock, the quartz gemstone. You have the natural kind of facets, if you will. It's like the cracked open version. On the back, you have the natural rock, the host rock that it sits on. And each one, you have a small here. I have the medium size as well, which is the one that's right here. We also have large, and we also have the extra large available. And I think all of them are going to be, let me see price points. I'm going to start real quick. So let's start with the extra large real quick. Let's go from highest
so they're
price
all
point.
The same except for the extra large.
Okay, so the only one that's going to cost you more is going to be the extra large. That's going to be $600 with the 25% discount. Okay, so this is going to be $669 with the discount. That's going to be $502. But if you decide that you want to get the large, the medium, or the small, they're all going to be, let me see.
I'm sorry, the large is $534.
This one's going to be $534, so this one's a different price, but the small and the medium are the same price. They're $309, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay, so this one and this one, Athena. This one and this one.
Yeah. By the way, it's beautiful of you. You have a crown above you on the screen, and then you've got all this amethyst around you. It's dreamy.
But the base that's run, ladies and gentlemen, the base that you get is already made, and they've drilled a hole, and it just holds the actual crystal upright. So this is going to be the star of the show in your wherever you keep it. Over to you, though. Talk to us a little bit about it.
Yeah, and I won't take too long because I know we're trying to show you as many things as we can. Remember, your code is live25 for 25% off of these. It's really important. And I think this is shop 12. Is that correct? So amethyst was my first stone. It's always been my first love. My mom and my grandmother were born in February, so it's their birthstone. Whenever I wear it, I always feel like I carry their energy with me. It's the stone of peace, balance, and detoxification. So when we want to talk about who needs amethyst, you could be detoxing physically. Maybe you're changing your diet. You could be detoxing emotionally. You're deciding what works for you emotionally in your relationships. You could be detoxing mentally, right? Maybe you're trying to focus more. Whatever it is, if you need to remove energy from your life, if you need greater peace and balance, this goes in your bedroom, by the way. I mean, I'm not going to judge you if you put it somewhere else. Can you imagine having that on your bedside table with just a small candle underneath it? And by the way, the base is everything. This would not be the same magic if that was not suspended in midair. And it's attached to the base, which is cool. By the way, insider tip, when I get mine home like this, I put masking tape around the bottom of the stone and I paint those bases, because you paint that base purple or gold or silver, this is going to look like, you kind of see it on my hearts back here. Those were black and I painted them gold. So anyway, just insider tip, it'll take it to the next level super easy. But this is the ultimate gift. It is truly the ultimate gift. Do you have kids who have nightmares? because amethyst is also a stone. Amethyst and sodalite are the two stones that help with nightmares, peaceful sleep, getting to sleep quickly and staying asleep. So if you have insomnia. So again, there's the spectrum of like, this is just really pretty and it's purple and it's my favorite color, all the way to I need peace and I need help because I'm detoxing and I don't sleep well. You know what I mean? Like, if you're either of those people, you need this stone.
Well, there you go. Shout out to Nushelle. Nushelle says hi, Athena. Alexis is also watching the show today. Well,
Yes.
we have Athena here. We like to call her our sage goddess, giving all the information on gemstones. We're partnered with her. She's going to be joining us tomorrow live in the studio. So make sure. And what time are you going to be hosting?
I think tomorrow's a flight day. I think Thursday. Yeah, what time are the show times?
Thursday we are live 9 to 12 Central Time.
Okay, 9 to 12 on Thursday.
And 2 to 4.
And 2 to 4 Thursday. And then I think I'm Friday night and Friday morning.
Awesome.
I think we're still crystallizing those times.
Friday night 6 to 8.
Oh, Friday night 6 to 8. It feels like a party, the Friday night shows. Okay, I'll see you.
It is. It's a good time. It is a good time. And such a good time having you alongside of me during the live stream today. Deline also says, hello, beloved Athena. Deline, I apologize if I didn't pronounce that correctly. But again, those amethyst geos are on super sale. You're going to want to put shop 12 for the amethyst geo. Once you put shop 12, you're going to hit that arrow button at the bottom to generate the link. The link will take you to the different size options, the different prices. And please keep in mind that you have the 25% discount. So live 25 is the coupon code. If you have any issues processing the order or getting the discounts, our personal shopper team will be more than happy to assist. Shout out to Tammy, who says, hi, Athena, and also Mona. Mona, thank you so much. I think it's Mona or Mana. Let me make sure I'm saying that right.
Probably Mona.
Mona. Hey, Mona.
Hi. Love you.
So we're into the grand finale here, ladies, gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching. We have a few more to get to. We have calcite blue sphere that's going to be up for grabs, which I love.
Me too.
Look how pretty. Shop 13. Tell us, this is my favorite color, Athena. I mean, who doesn't love angelic blue?
Well, and it is. A lot of people love blue, and the intent. You're seeing it there in the space, and I've seen them with you guys in Austin. They're almost translucent, where you can almost see down into it, which is again the hallmark of really good quality. There's blue calcite, and then there's blue calcite. Blue calcite comes from Mexico. Sometimes you'll find some in the Middle East too, and then there's Madagascar. The Madagascar, there's no competition. Like it's this. If you love blue, you're going to love this stone. Calcite is the family healer. Blue calcite. It harmonizes the home. So, and which is really important, right? I always say if there's been a lack of harmony in the home, wherever that's been, people have been arguing or fighting, this stone goes right where all that stuff happens. It radiates, again, spheres radiate energy. So it sends that harmonizing energy out into your space. It's extremely calming. You're probably feeling it. It's nice to have it at the end of the show because we've been going, and now it's like,
deep breath.
Blue calcite. So yeah, I love it. I really do.
Yeah, I also love the size too. It is kind of like a palm stone, if you will. I know palm stones are differently. It's a sphere, but it is. I mean, I have relatively petite fingers and hands, and I can get my fingers around this. So, if you want to, now, does one come with a base, or is that something that they would have to get? Did you just grab this one?
I did, but I believe it comes with a base. We had a here on court stated that they come with a base.
Okay. So when we did the show before, I believe each one of these come with a base. So just an FYI, if you're interested, you can always ask our customer care team. Guess how much? These are $7.50 per month. If not, out the door, one-time payment, $14.99. $14.99.
Again, you're not going to get a sphere that size, a 3-inch sphere for $14.99. It's really unheard of for any stone, but especially not the highest quality blue calcite. I will bet right now that most of our viewers, if you ask them, what are you really working on in your life right now? Most people would say abundance. So they need a pyrite tree, a money tree. But then they're probably also saying peace. That's your peace stone.
Yep. That is stone. That's right. Well, you talked about real quick the pyrite tree. We still have some of those in stock. It's a rose tone or a silver tone finish. We are going to be moving into shop 14. These were like $11.99, ladies.
I know. It was true. Even Heather, who was writing in, was saying you can't get the pyrite for $11.99, and she's right. Like I would be able to give you the small pieces, but then you'd have to go home and wrap a tree. You know what I mean? So,
can we skip the mystery box real quick because I want to show the Jasper heart.
yeah.
I'll put in the SKUs and then we'll go to shop 15.
Okay, so we're going to go to, so there's a mystery box available. What's the price on the mystery box real quick, just so I can tell them?
And they'll have to find out for themselves what's in it.
Okay, so the mystery box is going to be something like this, darlings. It's the one that says Mindful Souls.
Yes.
So you will get a mystery box charging, this is a clearance mystery box, $41.24 with a discount. That's going to get discounted to $30. So for $30, you're going to get a number of different gemstones. Look, I'm like, look at the way it comes packaged. I love this.
No, this is, and I had the pleasure of seeing this in person. And literally, I was standing next to Ankur, and I was like, "What?" Like, I was like, more kept coming out, more kept coming out. If you're like me and you love surprises, and we're too old for surprises, this is how you self-surprise.
Yeah, exactly. Look,
right?
Right in the surprise box. There's a rose quartz in the surprise box. There's a jasper in the surprise box. We've got the mushroom, and I think it's actually the blue calcite.
It is, yeah.
A lot of good stuff in here. You have a little keepsake bag that you can put your gemstones in. So this is definitely worth its weight in gold. It says, and just like that, you've opened a whole new world of possibilities. Athena, talk about the perfect gift for $30.
Yeah, and you know how thoughtful that is. This is why I love you guys so much, that they put the little velvet bag in there in case you open that box. It makes me kind of emotional, and like someone comes to mind, like, oh my God, that sphere. I'm keeping all of it, but that sphere needs to go to my niece, or that sphere needs to go to my mom. And then they've given you gift wrapping. Again, it's the most thoughtful thing. That I think a lot of those sold last time I was there. They are, each one is different, so you're going to get different surprises in your box, but it is the value speaks for itself.
It does. It comes with several different gemstone or spheres and different shapes, different, things that you could probably relate to. And I love the fact that you mentioned that, because a gift box is going to have several items. So if you don't necessarily want to give it to one person, you can always take it apart and then put it in the little keepsake bag and give it to them individually. So you've got some options there. All right. I hate to rush through this, but listen, we've got a jasper, we have a tourmaline, and then we have a multicolor agate, as well as the prism. This reminds me of where I'm originally from. I moved from the DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. The monument reminds me of in Washington, DC. Talk about, this is our last item to get. First, we're going to do the heart. So we have a jasper heart here, Athena, and we've talked about the heart and what it represents, but how cool is that in the jasper form? I could see, just light striations, all of them different patterns. This is a really good deal at $22.50 with the discount.
It is. So this is called polychrome jasper. Some of the jaspers have names, trade names. Some of them don't, right? Like blue calcite is just blue calcite, but this is called polychrome. And polychrome jasper is really unique. It is literally a map of the earth as it was forming. So the way those layers form is through volcanic activity and seismic activity. So earthquakes and volcanoes. Madagascar's story of how it developed is kind of geologically violent. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of movement and explosions, but the result is this beauty. And it was a great shot too, when you kind of pointed it down a little bit. There's some different colors and markings like on the top of the stone or around it. So jasper, again, loving kindness, polychrome jasper, which is also known as sunset jasper, is known to attract creativity to you. So inspiration, creativity, a little bit of self-acceptance and self-love too is what we associate this stone with. So I love that it's in the heart shape. You know what I mean? Self-love in a heart shape is good for us right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. All I need is love. All right. So, and us to show a little love, I think, the discount is going to be key. So $7.50, if you're on a budget, you can still get some of these beautiful, gemstones. These minerals are amazing to have in your collection. Keep in mind, these become a part of your decor. These become a part of your world. Some people actually keep these in the vehicles. You put them in the home offices. You travel with them. Some people kind of tuck them away, keep them in pockets, things like that. So you got a lot of different options here, but this one, $29.99. You get 5% coupon, live 25 is the coupon, and $7.50 is the monthly payment plan with a 30-day money back guarantee. So that's going to be shop 15. If you're interested, we're going to move into shop 16, which is the Ruby Light tourmaline. So this is a tourmaline. They're calling it the Ruby Light. And I'm assuming this, I'm amazed at the way this crystallizes and forms. This is not, ordinary stuff. Tourmaline is a pretty unique gemstone in itself, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, and these spheres. So when I first saw these, and they don't have a lot left of these, you guys, and the price is insane. This is another one of those. If you trust me, get this in the show. This has rubellite, which is red tourmaline, one of the rarest tourmalines on the planet. And then it has smoky quartz in it. Rivers. You see the brown that she was showing you? That's smoky quartz. So you have the stone of life force and passion with the stone of deep protection next to each other. So this stone protects your life force. It helps when you don't feel strong. This stone will feel strong for you. And tourmaline does. Tourmaline grows in the whole rainbow. You guys are masters of tourmaline at Shop LC. So you guys see the rubellite in gem form. Let me tell you something. You would not find a sphere of that material for under $20 in your fine jewelry shows. That's not going to happen. So you get all the magic of that stone in its natural form for an incredible price. Yeah.
Yeah, and less than $20. When we say less than 20, it's listed at $19.99, but you get a discount of 25%. So your price out the door is $14.99 if you're interested. And if you're somebody who enjoys collecting rare and exotics, if you are, you really get great pleasure in owning things or finding things that most people don't know about, or don't even have access to.
Sure.
One of those gemstones or one of the materials or spheres. $14.99 with the discount, $7.50 per month, and everybody qualifies for budget. When we give you that payment plan, the reason why I mention it so much is to remind you that all you have to do is choose the option of budget pay in order to take advantage. Okay, so $7 today, we'll ship it home to you. You have a few more one payment of that, and I think you're done. You're good to go. But you have it in your possession. You get to enjoy it, and maybe even give it to somebody else as a gift. Our customer care team can always do a bill to, ship to, so we can ship it anywhere in the country for you. Let us take care of that for you so you're not stressed doing it. And 888-835-2237. I think we have two more pieces, Athena. We did it.
I know. I hope you guys had fun today. I've had so much fun with you, and I hope you guys are enjoying watching. I always say, come hang out with us to learn and experience the energy of the stones. You know what I mean? If you purchase something, that's so cool. But I also hope you'll see these shows as a little bit of a crystal classroom. I'm here really to share my passion and my expertise. I've built my whole life around crystals. We are, in fact, living crystals. Human beings are made up of carbon, minerals, and water, which is basically crystals, right? So if you love them, it's because it's really an echo of your own energy.
Well, there you go. There you go. I did want to piggyback off of a comment that came in. I think one of our viewers was asking the price point on the last gem that we had, or last mineral. I think we did the heart jasper. That was $22.50. Okay, I think you asked. Let me show you here.
And is that before the 25% off?
That is with the 25% off.
With the 25, yeah.
The jasper, the heart shape, this one here, we were at, I think it was $29.99 with the 25%. I think it's down to $22.50.
Yeah,
but any questions that you have about the price points, again, you can always go to shoplc.com, hit the live streaming tab. That's going to give you access to the live show. But if we wrap up the live show, which we will be in about 5 minutes here, you can go back and watch it, and it lists all the items that we had with price cuts. So you definitely want to take advantage because these items are selling out. And Athena,
there's quite a few things that I would just say you guys are fundamentals for your collections today.
Okay.
And this point is one of them for sure. I mean, labradorites are fundamental. You got to have that. The ammonites are just, I wouldn't miss it. And then there's certain things that are crazy values like that rubellite and the ocean jasper. So anyway, but with brown calcite is really, really interesting because calcite in its formation, again, calcite grows with agate, with quartz. So you're going to see different mineral configurations in it. But this one, where the brown jasper forms in Madagascar, it literally each one of those lines is a moment in history where something impacted the earth and shifted the formation of the minerals within the mantle and the crust of the planet. And so that could be this, as she's showing it to you right here, that could be 1,000,000 years. And each one of those lines is 100,000 years or 50,000 years. So you are gathering all of that wisdom and information from this stone. The brown calcite, here's the magic of brown stones, okay? They connect to something that we call the Earth Star Chakra. That is our human embodied connection to the planet. So again, I always call this the panic button, brown calcite. Like, I'm nervous, beep, I need brown calcite. It's an instant, be in the moment, get out of your head, be in your body, let go of fear. So if you need a panic button stone, I don't know that there's anything better really than brown calcite.
love that. That's going to be shop 18. Tyler's going to load that now. Shop 17, we have grabs, which is the multicolor agate. We one, but we're going to go back to it. It's loaded right now at shop 17, and that's going to be the medium-sized multicolor agate. It's a free form. Look at how cool this is, though, Athena. I love when have their natural formation and you can see just, all of the fingerprints, the natural fingerprints that are unique, right? Our DNA is unique to us. And so gemstones are very much like that, where they have their own fingerprint, own kind of characteristics that make them special. So this one's going to be shop 17. And the price on this one, guys, I'm sorry, we skipped around. So the Prism Tower, this one here is $14.99.
No, this was for shop $14.99.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, this one here? So the agate?
Yes, the agate is.
Okay, good.
$14.99.
Okay, so this agate is going to be $7.50 per month, $14.99 out the door. And then the tower is $19.99 before the discount. With the discount, we're at $14.99 for this one, $7.50 per month. Boom!
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, the price just kind of speaks for itself. I think what it comes down to for me is like, what are the properties of the stones? How do you choose, right? I don't know if you have a light there, my friend, to show that that agate, because it's when you light it from the back, and if not, don't worry about it. If you guys get one, get your iPhone or your flashlight on your phone and run it through that stone. It literally looks like you're underwater. That blue-gray agate, when you light it up, you think it's pretty on its own, and then you light it up and you're like, what just happened? I feel like I'm in the water. So all of these are, the prices speak for themselves. And then it's about, agate, remember, is a talisman from Greece and Rome of deep protection. They carved sacred statues out of it. They made inlaid walls if they could afford it because they thought it would protect their family. So agate has a long history.
Yeah. So this is going to be the agate. We did skip around here at the end. Agate is shop 17.
Yep.
And the calcite brown prism is going to be shop 18. And that's the one that's on screen. But again, shop 1 through 18 are going to be the numbers that are associated with the pieces that we featured. And questions, our customer care team is on standby. We're going to put that number up here as we wrap up the show. Athena, it has been such a blast hanging out with you.
For me too. It was such a pleasure. It's our first time working together, you guys, but I just adore her. She's got great energy. She's so smart. She knows her stuff. So I hope I get a chance to see you in Austin. And I hope you guys will join us for our show. So again, I'll be with you not tomorrow. Tomorrow's travel day. Thursday, we start in the morning.
Yep.
And so stay tuned. I'm sure the website has all the show times, but it's been a pleasure to be with you. I'm Athena, again, from Sage Goddess, and I'll see you soon.
Yes, safe travels to you, and pleasure to meet you. Was making all that magic happen behind the scenes, and of course,
yeah, Rachel's here, and thank you to John, who is your tech wizard extraordinaire. He does an amazing job. So thanks, John. I can't wait to see you.
yes, and Tyler's actually at the helm, so we appreciate him. Thank
Cheers.
you, Athena. Ladies,
Have a
safe
great
travels.
rest of your day, guys.
Take care. You guys, thank
We'll
you so
see
much
you
for
soon.
hanging on the live stream. Make sure you shopper team. I'm going to step aside, take the number down so you can call and contact for all the price cuts. Shop 25 is the coupon code. Get your discounts and live 25 rather, LIVE 25. Get your discounts before they sell out. Take care. You guys have a great rest of your.
Bye. See you soon. I don't know if I'm still live, but hi, everybody. I might be live. If you were there, thank you for being there. It's really fun. There's such cool people, and it's fun because I get to show you things that sometimes